Hello, this is Woody Collins with Congo Helping Hands, and I just want to give you a update on the Congo. Thank you for tuning in today, and so we'll go ahead and get started. One of the things that the first thing we want to do is tell you some of the topics that we want to talk about today. Number one is we'll be giving a coronavirus update, what's going on. But before we get to that, we will talk about the Ebola outbreak. Uh, e- there's been the 11th episode of Ebola has started over in Western Congo uh, in the province of Bandaka, and it's been going on for about 2 weeks now, a little bit longer, and we haven't seen. It's been a constant uptick. Currently, there's about 14 different cases or more. And what we're looking at is, and what we're looking at is uh, that it's steady increasing. This week, there hasn't been too much talk about whether the cases have been going up or going down. But there should be another report coming out maybe tomorrow or Sunday from the UN and also from the World Health Organization. So we hope that there haven't been a significant increase, but I would suspect that since hadn't been too much uh, on the news reports, that it's going to be about the same that it's going. We hope that that gets under control because that is closest to Kinshasa, right up the river from Kinshasa, and it will be easily transported into Kinshasa. And if it hits in Kinshasa, it will be probably devastating. Most of the Ebola outbreaks, the previous 10, were out in the countryside and they never made it into the city. So it is always troublesome when we hear of Ebola outbreaks that's close to Kinshasa and hope that it won't come in any closer. The next, we'll go ahead and get in on our coronavirus. Coronavirus is still uh, steadily increasing in the Congo. There's 14 provinces, including the province of Kinshasa. Kinshasa has the most affected cases, confirmed cases. They have about 7,845 total cases, and most of those are in Kinshasa. It's troubling because Kinshasa is the largest city in Congo with over somewhere about 8 to 10 million people, and they've been trying to control it. However, to date, has not seen a large uptick in the number of confirmed cases. And that could be for two reasons. One reason is they're not doing any testing on in Kinshasa as we do here in the United States. And the second issue is that it may not be as prevalent because most of the people may be asymptomatic because we have a younger population in the Congo, and that will not be as devastating as it here in the United States, where our population is much older. And as you see now, that it does affect younger people, but not at the greater degree as the older folks. Uh, that's beginning to be very worrisome for the people. Um Even though the country has started loosening some of its restrictions, last week they started letting internal flights within the Congo, fly from Kinshasa out into the different provinces where they have airports. So now you see that the migration has started back again, and hopefully, as we see in the United States, that there's not a an increase in the provinces that's reporting. As I said earlier, there's 14 provinces now that's reporting cases of confirmed cases of coronavirus. That's out of 28 provinces. So half of the provinces are affected, and the most heavily infected is Kinshasa. But as people start moving back and forth out of Kinshasa, there probably will be some uh, increase in those provinces outside of Kinshasa. Also, it's impacting the people. Continually get messages from colleagues over in the Congo about what's going on. The the people are suffering because of Congo imports most of its items, food items from different countries, and with the borders being closed down, the prices have went up. So if food was available, it has doubled in price, and that's causing a hardship on the people. And second is, uh, if you can't afford the food, then you have beginning to see people eating one meal a day, eating every other day. Just got a message in this morning that they wanted $7,000 that they needed to buy food, some flour, and oil for different people that they were suffering because they didn't have enough to eat. So expect to hopefully that will decrease now that they're opening the country back up a little bit. But we have to balance that between starvation and the coronavirus spreading. Now, Congo has not reported but 189 deaths, which is, I suspect, is underreported also. But we'll see what goes on and what happens in the next few weeks as people start migrating outside of the country. The last thing I want to talk about is there has been, for the last couple of days, a big uproar in Congo because they have announced who's going to be in charge of the next election. They, uh, the government appointed the new director of the CENI, and that person has been accused of rigging elections in the past, and so there was mass protests throughout the in Kinshasa, and also there appears to be in one other province that I know of that there was protests and everything. There hadn't been any deaths that's been reported. However, we will continue to see whether the government pulls back its nominee to head the next election. But you can see that there's posturing that's going on that may impact the next election, and which will be a hardship step backward. Finally, I want to say that probably I'm going to try to do some more updates. Uh, Not that there's more stuff going on in the Congo. However, because of things that are just happening, I want to bring some updates up more frequently. Also, just to be able to also let people ask questions of me as the president of Congo Helping Hands and what we're doing over there. We're doing a number of different projects dealing with both the coronavirus and also some regular projects that we're doing. But we're most heavily involved right now with coronavirus projects, and we're waiting to see whether it triggers another uh, crisis as far as food. So we'll be giving you some daily updates next week. It won't be long. Probably they'll be at the same time of 3 o'clock Eastern, and they won't last long. So if you don't catch it, you can always catch it on YouTube, on our channel at YouTube, Congo Helping Hands, or on Facebook in our Facebook page, Congo Helping Hands. So this is all for this time period. So look out for Monday for an announcement and also for a short update on what's going on in the Congo. And in the meantime, if you have any questions that you want to ask specifically about the Congo, send me an email at wmcollins, that's WMCOLLINS, at Congo Helping Hands, that's CONGOHELPINGHANDS.org. So until then, take care, be safe, and wear your mask.